Hello everyone, welcome to Enlight IAS Toppers Talk. Today we present to you one of our beloved students who has made us all proud by securing the 561st rank in the 2019 Civil Services Examination. His name is Arun K. Pavitran. We all lovingly call him Pavi, and he has been allocated into the Indian Police Service. Hello Pavi.
Hi Yaji.
Welcome to Enlight IAS Toppers Talk, and first of all congratulations for securing such a nice rank in the Civil Services Examination. So how do you feel?
I feel very happy.
That's all. Happy.
That's all.
Okay. So Pavi, this has been, I believe, your third attempt. Yeah. So it's been a 3 to 4 year long journey.
Yes.
So how would you look back at this journey?
So I would compare this to a marathon race. I had been running this for 4 long years. So this is third attempt. I had been preparing 1 year ahead of before that, and so this has been 4 years since I started my journey. So when I look back, from nothing I have achieved something. That is what I feel now.
Okay, that's a very sweet way to put it. So now let's talk a little bit about your background. So would you mind introducing yourself for the audience out there?
Okay. So my name is Arun K. Pavitran. I come from Kannur district. I did my schooling in St. Mary's Convent School, Alakod, and later my graduation in mechanical engineering from Government College of Engineering, Kannur. And once I passed out of the college, I started preparing for civil services. So during this course of journey, I got employed to High Court as an assistant, and later on I cleared Central Armed Police's assistant commandant exam as well. So that is basically about me.
Okay, Pavi, what was your reason for changing gears from engineering to civil services?
So this was my childhood dream, which started like any other Malayali in the 90s with Joseph Alex and Bharat Chandran. It started off in that stage. So during my school days, I used to go for quizzes, and during my college days as well. So at that point of time, I used to see many quizzes who had been into service later in their stage of life. And apart from that, it was after my school days, I happened to read a book by Harikishore sir. So that was a changing moment in my life. So it was at that time I took it on a serious note to appear for this exam. So Harikishore sir, he hails from Kannur. So for me it was like, okay, some person from Kannur has achieved this feat. So I thought it would be possible for me as well. So that was a turning point, I would say.
Okay.
So it continued when I passed out of the college.
Okay, fine. So it's been a very long dream right from your childhood, and then since you started preparing, it's been nearly 3 to 4 years now. So a long dream and a long journey. How did you keep your motivation on the high level throughout?
So I would say, though it was a long dream, like I haven't done anything for that in the past.
Okay.
It all started after passing out from the college, but I was clear in my mind that I'll be appearing for this exam. So I focused on that, and I believed in my abilities that I would be able to crack this exam at some point of time. So as I said earlier, so this was a marathon race because I had in mind that it might take 2 or 3 years to crack this exam. I never thought that I would be able to crack it in first attempt or what. So it took me 4 years. So all what I did was I believed in myself.
Okay, a very good way to go about it, by believing in yourself. That would really inspire a lot of people out there. Now let's come to the examination. So this examination itself is a 1 year long process, and we have 3 stages: the preliminary examination, mains examination, and the personality test. So personally for you, which among the 3 stages was the most challenging part?
So for me, prelims was the most challenging part. So in my first attempt, I was able to clear the prelims, but I lost in mains. At that time, my preparation for mains was not that intense, so I missed out at that. So in the second stage, I missed out the prelims itself. So it was a nightmare for me when I was going to give the third prelims. So for me, prelims was actually a nightmare for during the entire course of preparation when I lost the prelims during the second attempt. So according to me, prelims is the most toughest one.
Okay. So how did you change your preparation? So after the initial 2 prelims this year, which was your successful attempt, how did you changed the way how you prepared for preliminary examination? Was there a change? Did you change anything?
There was a small change. I started making my own timetable for studying different subjects. So when I wake up one day, like I'll have my timetable fixed for that day. So what all I will be covering for that. So again, I had kept revising the subjects that I have studied, and I took like large number of tests which I had not been doing for the past 2 attempts. So I attempted more number of tests, so that really made a difference in that.
Okay, so you would say that planned preparation and taking enough number of mock tests is what might have brought a difference.
Yes. Definitely, that when you have a timetable in front of you and you are sticking to that, it will definitely make a difference. It will increase your efficiency for sure.
Okay.
So that definitely played a big role in the prelims this time.
Okay. So as you said, prelims was the most challenging part for you. So did you have any kind of stress or tension when it came to prelims examination?
Definitely. Since I lost my prelims in the second attempt, so right from that moment it was a very tensed moment when thinking about prelims. So it was my mentors here, Mahesh sir and Abhilash sir, who helped me overcome that situation. And I remember that sir, Mahesh sir used to call me Abhilash sir, Gautaman. They all called me before the prelims of this third attempt. Like I was getting a feeling of tension over that night. So it was at that right moment they gave me a call, and that really made a difference in my mindset.
Okay. Would you like to give out any strategy for the way how you used to deal with stress or anxiety or tension? Because this is a very competitive examination. So
I spend most of my time for preparing for this exam in this institute itself.
okay.
So as we know that we have been associating with this institute for a long time, and we all have a lot of friends here. So that peer group really made a difference, because we all are like-minded people sharing almost similar kind of wavelength, I would say, in our thoughts. And we used to laugh out loud. We used to have frequent discussions on many things, and I just enjoyed my time being with my friends here. And definitely my friends from my school, they were also really motivating, and I used to go for some trip when I feel exhausted. So friends were a big part in my life, and that really made a difference whenever I felt tense or anxious.
Okay. So your friends helped you a great deal there. Fine. Now coming to the resources that you followed for preparing for the preliminary examination, what resources would you suggest to the students out there?
My strategy was that having maximum output from limited inputs. So I stick to less number of books and NCERTs. So what basically I did was that I read all these NCERTs which an aspirant preparing for this exam must read. So from 6 to 10 NCERTs and 11th and 12th NCERTs in a selective manner, and basic books like, for example, Lakshmikant for Polity, Spectrum for Modern India, very basic books that one must read. So that was something that I did. So what I always said to my friends also was that read the books that every people read. You need not do anything extraordinary, just do the ordinary things in an extraordinary manner. So
okay.
It is what that matters.
So when did you start your prelims preparation? How many months before the exam would you actually start your prelims preparation?
So when it comes to me, this is the third attempt I was preparing. So I had accumulated that knowledge for the past 2-3 years. So my preparation for this exam was just 45 days before the prelims, when Abhilash sir dropped me at my home and said you should not come to the institute for the next 45 days before 6 o'clock. So from that day itself I was spending my time very diligently. I made a timetable, as I said earlier, I made a timetable and stick to that plan.
Okay.
And did my revisions in an endless manner, I would say. I revised it as much as possible. And we know that after 6 o'clock we used to discuss all those current affairs topics together. And that really made a difference.
Okay. It made a difference for me too. Yeah, so now that we have finished the prelims aspect of the exam, let's come to the mains examination. So mains examination is a stage where we have to write 9 theory papers, of which 2 are qualifying and the rest are scoring papers. So writing is a very important skill that is required for mains examination. So were you an ardent writer from your young age?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't. So how was your experience with honing writing skills again for the purpose of this examination?
So considering all these three stages, for me I would say mains was an easier point in that, because I did not refer to large number of books or anything. What sir told me that was that you need to understand the mindset of an evaluator.
Okay.
So I did all those things to please the evaluator. So I started writing neatly. That was the first thing I did. I started inculcating number of diagrams and figures, so it really made a difference. So I presented my answer in a very structured manner, and when I get some extra content, I'll use to fit into that structure. So, and I started attending more number of questions. I was not actually writing, but I would take a question, I'll frame answer in my own mind. So I had a structure for almost all the questions. And what sir told me was that be like Rohit Sharma, like you have to hit every ball, be it it's a bouncer or it's a short ball, it doesn't matter, you have to attempt every question. So I went to the exam hall that whatever be the question, I will be answering every question. So it really made a difference in that. It's not about knowing everything, it is how well you are managing that 3 hours in the exam for this 1 week. So it is what mains is all about. It's a mental game, I would say.
Okay. So now coming to the resources you used for mains examination. So how did you prepare for each subject in the syllabus that has been given out? So let's start with GS1. So
Okay.
coming to history, geography, how did you prepare for those subjects?
So my preparation was, as I said earlier, it was very limited to the basic books. I supplemented that with previous year question papers and the test series that we had here, the answer key of that questions.
Okay.
So this was basic thing I did for that. So I just went through the syllabus, then I made my content for that part in the syllabus, and we have actually prepared for prelims. We have enough content, so we need to just organize it. So I went to the previous question and I made answers for most of the questions. That was the primary thing that I did. So the rest was the input that I gained from the test series here. I went through the answer keys. I went through the answer keys of previous years, so 2017, 18, and the test series that was conducted here. So I was building content through the test series rather than referring to large number of books. I was building content to the answer keys that was prepared here. So
Okay. So for every subject you followed whatever tests questions were asked in the previous test given here, and that helped you build the content.
so this was the primary thing I did.
Okay.
So for all the subjects, I was referring to the answer keys of all the tests that was being put here. So I have a lot of content now with me.
Okay.
So supplementing with that with current affairs magazines, that too selectively,
Okay.
because while reading an topic, like we'll have an instinct in mind that whether this would come for the exam or not.
Okay.
So I read all the subjects selectively, but I make sure that I completed the syllabus.
Okay.
Every single word in the syllabus I had covered. So I was confident that I have covered the syllabus, and through this test series I was sure that I had the content. The rest is that, okay, for 3 hours I need to write every question, whatever be the question, I have to write the answer, provided it has some relevance to that question.
Okay. So now, given the wide variety of subjects we have for mains examination, was there a particular subject which was tough for you?
Since I have written mains in 2017, I scored very less mark for ethics. So
Okay.
so thinking about ethics was a nightmare for me again. So 2 days prior to the mains exam, I wrote a test series for this ethics, and I was not able to write anything. So then I went to my sir and told him that I was not able to write anything. So he said me, come the next day, I'll make sure that you get through that subject easily. So I went to him the next day and he gave me a class for 1.5 hours, the complete ethics. And I was very confident. I was very confident that I will be able to write the exam in a very proper manner. So during the mains exam, ethics, I have written that ethics paper the best way. Even for any test series, I haven't written in that manner. So I was able to give my best during that paper, and I was confident writing all the answers. So ethics was a bit problematic for me because I had scored very less marks in the past, but he really made a difference in giving a good attempt to that subject. So
Okay.
that was it.
So content, as you said, was already fine while you were preparing for prelims itself, and then you did a lot of value addition during the gap between prelims and mains. And during mains preparation, the main challenge was to put the content in a proper structure. So you had to practice a lot of writing during that period. So how did you go about your writing practice?
So the initial thing I did was that for every question, like I would say, there might be a positive and negative thing for a question. The pros and cons will be there. Similarly, there will be different dimensions. So I'll list out what all dimensions that would be possible for any answer. And when a question comes, I'll see what all dimensions can I fit into this question. So it was a basic thing I did. So for example, if we get any question regarding any subject, I'll think, okay, what is any historical connect regarding that? Is there any social implication for that? So environmental implication, anything. So I'll just think in that manner. So even if we don't know answer to that question, when we start thinking in this manner, we will be able to derive some content.
Okay.
So skipping a question, thinking that we don't know, and thinking in this manner and writing some points.
Okay.
So it will give you 2 or 3 marks, it might be, but it can really make a difference by covering all these 4 subjects. So like 20 to 30 marks in an exam means it will make a huge difference that whether you will be into the list or out of the list. So that
Okay.
was the thing. So regarding the writing, I used to write. I used to practice this test series
Okay.
every weekend. So I'll make sure that I try to finish it in time. So in the initial stages, I'll be able to write only 15, 16, which I later improved to 19, and some paper to 20. So at the end of this test series program, I was able to attempt maximum 20 questions or minimum 19 questions.
Okay.
So it was done by the end.
Okay. So there are a lot of aspirants out there who are very scared of writing. Most of them must be planning to start their writing practice soon after prelims, so that they can prepare well for mains. So they might be not as confident. So what would you like to tell out to them about answer writing?
So for those people who are appearing the prelims this time and thinking that they haven't done anything for the mains, I would say that 3 months for mains is well and good. You can really make a difference in these 3 months, provided you stay consistent and you don't lose your focus. So for during my first mains, what I went wrong was that I wasn't confident. I was thinking that I won't be able to go through this because I haven't done anything for the mains from the past. So I have a doubt in my answer writing. But this time it was like I was confident that in these 3 months I can do it. So I went through the syllabus again. What any person can do is that just go through the syllabus. There are certain parts in the syllabus that you need to give an extra focus, or other parts you just Google it, every single part in the syllabus, and make your own notes for that. So it is the initial content that you are building. And then what I did, as earlier I said, that I was going through the previous year test papers, so and built my content depending on the key. So I had ample content because I covered like 60 questions, because for a single subject. So it really made a difference. I think that going through the previous year question paper and the keys of 2 to 3 years question papers, that can really make a difference. The rest depends on your confidence.
Okay.
So this was something that I did. So I don't know what others did, but for me this made the difference.
Okay. So Malayalam was your optional subject. So anything that you would like to say to the students who are planning to take Malayalam or have already taken Malayalam?
I would say Malayalam is an easy subject, though I haven't scored a good mark in my first attempt because I haven't done my syllabus, or I haven't studied in that manner. But when I look back, like I had scored 131 for my paper 1 in 2017, mains, which was my first attempt. I haven't prepared in a very exhaustive manner or what, but I was able to score marks because why I took Malayalam was that at some point of time when you feel stuck, this is your mother tongue and you can express it some possible manner, so you will be able to write something, and that will definitely give you mark. So 131 for paper 1 in that 2017 was a good mark. I scored less for paper 2 that time because I haven't studied in that manner. But when it comes to this year also I was completing the syllabus in, it was like a photo finish. I just completed the Malayalam syllabus a week before the exam only, but I was able to write the answers in a confident manner. I think it might have made a difference. I would say Malayalam is an easy subject and you can score well provided that you believe in yourself.
Okay, so now coming to the third and the final stage of the exam, that is the personality test. So how did you prepare for personality test during the gap between the results and your final day of interview?
So the interview preparation was a collective thing what we all did.
Yeah.
So you were one of my
combined
study partner and the another one was Archana. So she had been throughout the journey with me whenever there is an interview, like for the CAPF interview as well, it was with her. I used to spend my time preparing for that, and this time also she was there with me helping me out for the interview. Then I took one-on-one sessions with my sir. So and after that I gave 1 or 2 mocks and it wasn't that good. So then I went to him and said it is not going well. So he said leave it. It's not a big deal. You come and attend some one-on-one sessions and that's enough. So it was enough actually. I did not give any 5 to 10 mocks or something, but I gave only 2 to 3 mocks which went very in a very wrong manner.
Okay.
Which made me lose my confidence. And after that, like my interview preparation was with you all people, and it made a difference, and I attended one-on-one sessions with my sir, and that was something that gave me the confidence.
Okay.
So in the interview hall also there were questions initially which I fumbled, but in the later stage I was able to give answers in a more confident manner. So my interview was a kind of sine wave. So there was ups and downs. So it was fine.
Which board were you allotted during interview?
I was allotted to Satyavati ma'am's board.
Okay, and the board, how were the members? Were they very cordial?
So the interview at the initial stage, ma'am started grilling me.
Okay.
So, but I tried to maintain my composure because I know this is just a first or second question. There are maybe 10 to 20 questions coming. So I can hit a 6 in the next board. So my hobby was cricket, and she has started asking questions regarding cricket, and another member also started asking questions regarding cricket. So I was able to give good answers confidently. So it increased my confidence for the rest of the interview process. So interviews, not just interview, be it prelims or mains or interview, at the initial point of the stage, sometimes for prelims you may go through the first 5 question paper, you may not be knowing anything, but there are 95 questions that is left for you where you will be able to make into the you will be able to clear the cutoff. Similarly for the mains, my experience was that for the GS1 paper, I felt the exam was very tough for me, and when I came out it was easy for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you coming and telling me the paper was tough.
So it felt tough for me, but what I thought was that there are more papers to come. So whatever I lost here, I need to gain from the rest of the papers.
Okay.
So I went in that manner. So similarly in the interview also, the first 2-3 questions was which I could not give a proper answer, but I was able to give good answers towards the end of the interview. So
so it's okay to fumble.
It's okay to fumble, and the best is yet to come.
Okay. A very nice way of putting it. So finally, what would you like to say out to the thousands of aspirants out there who are also waiting to see their name in the list and get allotted to civil services? So what would be your message for them?
The primary message is that you just believe in yourself, and this entire course of preparation, there will be stage where you might feel self-doubt even if you start losing at some point of this exam. I have experienced that. I have gone through all these stages because this is my third attempt. I have faced the worst part in this exam when I missed out the prelims in my second attempt. So but I have a faith in myself that I'll be able to do this maybe the next time. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's something that I can tell everyone. Just believe in yourself.
Okay, Pavi, that was a very nice interview with you, and thank you for taking out your time, coming here and talking to all of us. So all the best for the future that lies ahead. Let it be as bright as your dreams.
Thank you, Chichi. Thank you.